And we're moving on in the final week of Back to the Cross. So, welcome to our broadcast tonight, and we're in the final round of answering the question and debunking the whole mystery of what has happened to the Great Commission. Why is it that it has become the Great Omission? Why is it that we've become so unfaithful to the great promise that Jesus made, or the great command that he gave us in Matthew 28, the great mandate to go and make disciples of all the nations? What is it that's holding us back? What is stopping us? Why are we so disengaged to this mandate that Jesus left us before he went back to heaven? The prophet Habakkuk in chapter 2, verse 2 and 3 says that we must write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that those who see it, or that those who run may run who read it or see it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. And perhaps the last thing that we have to confront in our aversion of the Great Commission is the fact that we have not taken cognizance and really looked at the vision behind the cross. What was the main reason why Jesus came to the cross? Understanding the whole mission behind the vision. So we could ask ourselves tonight, have we really caught the vision of Jesus? Have we really caught on to heaven's vision and the whole reason that Jesus came? Well, I don't know about you, but I'm beginning to get that penny drop moment. It's beginning to drop for me, that when I put my cross next to those crosses on that hill called Golgotha, that hill at Calvary, that I'm beginning to catch the vision. Have you caught the vision? Is this vision the vision that Jesus had for the vision that he died on the cross of Calvary? Is this becoming or beginning to become your vision? It certainly was the vision for Paul, because he writes in Romans chapter 1, verse 15 and 16, so as much as is in me, I am ready to preach the gospel to you who are in Rome also, for I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation. He was totally devoted to the preaching of the gospel, the spreading of the kingdom, because he caught the vision of heaven. Wow. I'm sure if you and I catch the same vision, we will be just as committed to the Great Commission. So we're looking this week at the final round, and that is round 5, the entrusted vision. So this is the 5th category of our excuses. We've looked at all sorts of excuses, 5, and this is the 5th category. We've looked at 4 different other categories in the past 4 weeks. Now this week we're looking at the entrusted vision. Heaven entrusted us with a vision, but do we understand it? Wow. And so tonight we're looking at the second facet, or the second aspect of that, and that is the plan. Last night we looked at the leader. We started understanding what is required. What kind of shoulders does this vision land on? And what does it take to carry this vision? It takes a particular kind of leader. It also takes a particular kind of plan. So let's start with that, shall we? And of course, the plan is always important. And like we always say, when we talk to our customers, failing to plan is planning to fail. Having a vision but having no plan is futile. So we want to know tonight, right, what is the plan? The plan is actually quite simple, and that is to win the world. Wow. And I know that's a really broad statement, but the plan is just threefold. To go into the whole wide world, that's the Great Commission, right? To win the world. and to make them into disciples. And between those two steps, of course, is a crucial step which involves spiritual warfare. So we're going to have to be prepared to win the world. But first of all, we're going to have to be prepared to win a spiritual war and do spiritual warfare before we can win this world. So, a threefold plan that's very simple: win the world, disciple them, and unleash them to do the same. A very, very simple strategic outlook. So, in 2 Corinthians 5:18, Paul writes that we have been given the ministry of reconciliation. And that is what this plan is about. When we embrace the Great Commission, we become ministers of reconciliation. When we take this vision and turn it into an action plan, that is what you become, dear brothers and sisters, a minister of reconciliation. Drawing up your schematics, finding out who, the who's, the why's, the how, and the what it is that I'm going to do. And that is why prayer is so important. And we're going to look at the method another night. I'm not sure if it's tomorrow night or the next night, but we're going to look at how do we go about to actually do this. But tonight we want to just identify and bring this all into the level playing field, that the plan is not exorbitant, it's not difficult. The plan is easy. It's for anyone that wants to be committed. The emphasis lies on the word commitment. It's not about, oh, I'm not smart enough to come up with a grand plan. The plan is easy. Write this down in your book somewhere, in your journal. The plan is easy. It's just a simple 3-step plan. It's the commitment that's hard. I mean, just look back at your life and see how committed have I been to this? Not so great in that department. So we're working on that, the commitments. So I must win the world. And I do that by first winning the spiritual war. The Holy Spirit shows me who it is that I must pray for, and I intercede. I enter the spiritual battle through prayer and some fasting and some thanksgiving and some spiritual battle and warfare until those souls that I've identified become born again. And I then disciple them so that they can go out and do the same. And I eventually then have the opportunity to raise up a team of 12 disciples to reach the world with me. That is the simple plan. That's exactly how Jesus started. That was the blueprint, the plan that he reached the entire world with. Now think about how you got saved, and then go back a few years and go back a few years and go back a few years and go right back to the beginning. Where did this salvation that you have today start? With Jesus. This is so incredible. And 12 disciples. And that's exactly where you and I are going to start. With you, and eventually you will have a team of 12 disciples, and together you and your 12 disciples can conquer the world. It's been so good to be with you again tonight. What an awesome privilege. Just imagine how many people you and your team of disciples can reach for the Lord. And again, I want to ask you, where do you want to stop? How far do you want to take this ride? At what point do you want the bus to stop? And at which point do you want to get off? Wow, it's entirely up to you. So brothers, sisters, thank you for being with us, and thank you for staying with us right to the end. This is the final round, the last week, and on Friday evening we're going to be making a very, very important announcement. in the community. So if you have not yet made the effort to join the community, please do so. We're giving you just a little extra time to join the community if you've not yet joined the community. And we're going to be seeing you all on Friday night in the community. And we'll be making a really exciting announcement there. We can't wait to see you in the community on Friday night. The Lord bless you and keep you, make his face shine upon you until we see you tomorrow night, same place, same time. God bless you.